Alrighty, folks. Well, welcome back to another session of our Out of the Abyss stream. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say hey, you can.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello. Hey.
And we're starting off the session the same way we start every single frickin' session, with a little bit of a talk about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, without further ado, last time, you guys were being shown an entrance to the Pudding Court by Chipgrin for a little scouting mission. You started making your way, witnessing swirling oozes and slime covering the walls and ceiling. Barricade of fungus had been mostly cleaned away by slimes around. Witnessing a webbed wall of slime blocking your path in the tunnel, Casmus tried to cut into it with a knife. This in turn caused several of the puddings and jelly creatures to arise and try to thwart off trespassers. For a brief moment, Casmus did see the Pudding King, at least in his mind. Light welcoming or warning, unsure, but a wave of dozens of oozes started washing your direction from what you saw brief glimpses of the house center. The time for a quick escape was at hand, but the oozes were onto you and were quite troublesome. Particularly one ooze seemed to have eyes and mouths that kept gibbering and caused the ground around it to get lumpy and weird. It was a troublesome task, and some of you barely made it out, but you did, and a lot in part to your speedy feline fellow. But afterwards, you quickly got away from these slimes as they were slow. There's no way they'll catch up to you. You took this information to the Diggermatics in the palace of Blingdenstone. Hearing this troublesome news of sheer number of oozes, they had a semblance of a plan. Didn't force to include you if you didn't want, as they actually did agree to give you directions up top. You tentatively did agree and heard them out. And they had somewhat sparse plans to do multiple things to aid the battle to take back their city in full. One was to seek help from the stone giants in Gracklestug, possibly trade salt for good weapons and armor while in the city. Another involved trekking to Neverlight Grove to retrieve some Blotzen to help coat their items to resist the melting of the slimes. Lastly, they had mentioned the possibility of finding Entomoc's boon, especially now that the stones in Rockblight have been re-blessed. Taking these options to heart and even giving away up with all the things, providing Turvey with a map leading up and out of the Underdark. You had a frank discussion with each other. In the end of this discussion, though, you decided to at least hope the gnomes prepare for this battle. They don't seem evil like anything else down here. And that's where we're going to pick up. You guys kind of just met back up outside with Turvey in the palace grounds, like right outside of it, after having your conversation. What are you guys up to? Say you fill Turvey in on the scoop.
Wasn't the first thing we were going to do was use one of our questions to see if we can locate this Entermox spoon?
Yes.
Seems like a good use for it.
I mean, if anyone were to know, it would probably be a old known ghost.
Let's go find him.
All right, we'll make for the barrow.
All right, heading towards the Ruby and the Rough. You would see Glyphic Shroomlight is still there. The younger deep gnome, kind of overlooking some gems. Barely notices you, but doesn't force conversation. Just gives you all a nod as you enter into the barrow beneath this kind of temple area. Heading down into the catacombs, welcomed by the sight of, well, burial places. A place you've seen before, where you buried Helic's severed hand and also Jimjar's earrings.
We're back to the origin of the stash.
The power.
But it's also eerily quiet in here, like any other, area where dead are buried. This catacomb is quite dark, quite dirty, and quite quiet.
Once we get approximately to the same spot where we last spoke with him, respectfully say, Warden.
As you speak out his name, as you still actually have the bones of one of them, one of your tasks in your possession, I believe. About like 50 or so feet away, out of a wall, you would see the ghostly figure of Burrow Warden Jadger. Oh. Welcome back.
We have come to inter some of these bones you tasked us with locating.
Fungai's gonna pull out the gnome skull.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much. You have done my kind a service. One that is not unrewarded. As this ghost figure tries to doesn't have a beard, but does kind of stretch his chin a little bit when he rubs it in a thinking manner. Please, bury it where you deem appropriate. Right. Well, good on you.
And we do have a question.
But of course, I wouldn't have you go on a task without a reward. How could one such as myself, humble deadman, reward you? Ask your question, and I will answer it as truthfully as I can.
Dusk will look at each person in the group. Say, I'll make the question direct. Where is Intermox Boone?
Intermox Boone. Something I haven't seen in years. There are a series of waymarkers by the old Pickshine Mines. I lead up to old blurpleberry patches, probably abandoned by now, as they would be every few years after they didn't grow anything. Fruit takes a while to grow. It was quite delicious, though. You gotta pick the right ones. But if you follow the ridge along the blurpleberry patches to the east until it ends at the place of stoning, through there, the place of stoning, you'll need to speak a poem about the earth, preferably a gnomish one. And I think it's either 3 syllables, 7 syllables, 7 syllables, or it could be 773.
Are any of these gnomes from Nantucket?
Well, they know what that is.
Never mind.
Nantucket.
Anyway,
Is this all you ask for? Any other question I might be able to answer?
That's cool.
Anybody got anything else?
I don't have any other
I
questions.
think that's it for now.
Alright, well, should you seek my aid, like you have given me yours, I will be here, around, to give it, should you require.
I have a question that isn't like I don't want to waste one of the genie's wishes. I just have like a general question for you.
Oh, I'm no genie. I won't play tricksies on you. Or not, friend. We're of the same mind, at least a little bit. No?
You should be aware, I don't know if anyone has shared it with you, that there's a great threat to Blingenstone. Pudding Court, the Pudding King. Pudding King is currently amounting masses.
Pudding King.
Yes. So that's a long story, but if you have any familiarity with the Diggermatics,
Can't say that I do.
I don't know if there's any benefit that you might be able to offer, but it seems as if Blingenstone might need some defenses. Hence why we're looking for the boon.
I could perhaps lend aid in a time of troubles. Stir up some spirits or something. We'll mull it over, talk with the mates and see what they think.
Fair enough.
Thank you for warning me of this impending danger of Blingenstone.
Sort of, bow politely to him in this sacred space, and I guess make our way out.
He just kind of floats up into the ceiling and back away, dissipating back into nothingness. You guys bury the pieces of the Udask guy.
Yes.
Easy enough task to find a place to fit some bones of a gnome.
Anybody want to say any words?
Fungi will not really say much out loud, but he will kneel down with the gnome skull as he prepares to lay it and just quietly mutter sort of prayers, kind of like a gentle repose again. Little funeral.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no, I'm good after the whole Jim Jar.
Are you actually casting Gentle Repose?
I seem to pretty much do it every time, so
Okay.
lay someone down. So yeah, it's going to do a little gentle repose ritual for him.
Fair enough. Not Jim Jar. Jeez. Turvy would kind of try to help where he can. Maybe occasionally kicking some dirt in the wrong direction. Idly. But he seems a little distracted at the moment.
Everything okay, Turvy?
Oh, yeah, I was just, mulling things over. It's all there. Try to find my place in all of this. Here, back home. Just wondering what'll happen. What
That
becomes
is a
of it
fair
all?
consideration.
Or if we're just going to be bones down here too. Would do. Way things always end though, right?
Well, you come across at least a few ghosts, so maybe there's a nice afterwards.
Hey, maybe they put in a
Tell
good
that.
word for me, eh? We'll
I think
hope
you've
so.
done good enough work so far.
Yeah.
But let's not worry about being turned to bones or dust. We've got stuff to do.
Well, I'm with you for
need
now.
this-
Sorry.
okay, the need for this poem concerns me. Do any of us speak Gnomish?
Galvish and Inferno. Turvy.
Yeah.
It's just Derby.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah, I'll speak Gnomish, but yeah, I can say it, of course. Whatever you guys come up with. Poem's not my strong suit.
Do we even know what the poem is? He hasn't told us.
No.
Well, we're just gonna have to, I think, ask around, see if there's any good known poems.
I mean, we got another question. We could ask the warden.
We only got 2 left.
Well, it
One
seems like
left.
he would have told us. I mean, like he said, he's not a genie. He's not trying to play tricks on us. It seemed
he
like
was-
he maybe
so,
genuinely couldn't remember.
He just said a poem,
Mhm.
preferably a gnomish one.
577 or 757, something like that, for syllables.
377 or yeah,
773.
or 773.
Okay. Oh, that's 5. All right, let's see.
The issue would be, even if we were to come up with a poem in common or undercommon, it might not be the same amount of syllables in Gnomish.
Well, I don't think he did say preferably a gnomish one. Maybe if it's a good enough poem, it'll make do, right? Maybe just make it sound gnomish by the words you say, or you know, things like that. Talk about the earth and I don't know.
Well, think on it. See if you come up with anything. We still have to find the damn thing.
Oh, don't trust me to come up with poems. I'm not by any means.
I can try to remember a few, but it's been Elvish.
I have an idea, but it might not bear fruit on this. We might have to come up with our own.
Chat GTP.
Yeah, chat gnome
If
PT.
you use ChatGPT, I quit. If you can't come up with a haiku-esque poem,
No, I'm working on it. I got.
Um, but let's go speak to perhaps one of the guards about gaining entrance to the mines. I believe we passed these mines on the way into Gracklestug, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Travis said, no, we passed by the Pickshine mines. Or no, the White Shell? Yeah, we passed by the White Shell mines, not the Pickshine.
Oh.
Pickshine's been abandoned.
Do you know the way, Turvey?
Yeah, of course I do. More familiar with the white shell, but yeah. I think the pick shine's mostly for through tunnels now.
There any one who might remember where these Barpleberry patches would be in the mines?
Well, I don't think they're in the mines. You said there were some waypoints or something? Markers? Well, I think we can just follow the markers. Should they be there?
All right. Do we need to obtain anything or prepare before we go?
Maybe just rest a little bit so that,
Yeah, I was gonna say, how long has it
That
been
was
since
the
we've
biggest one.
rested?
It's about like mid-afternoon by this point.
little short rest wouldn't hurt.
You guys can stop by the foaming mug and grab a drink for a moment and take a short rest if you'd like. Absolutely.
Work on our poems.
Work on your poem.
Nope.
Well, Weller's not gonna have a Dark Lake Stout this time. Gives him weird dreams. Unless maybe that's the secret. Maybe I need a Dark Lake Stout and like pass out and someone visits me with divine inspiration. Gives me a poem. All right, back there. Let's go get drinks and brainstorm.
All right.
Good enough.
You guys head to the foaming mug tavern / inn just down the road from the palace. Easily greeted with a foaming mug of Dark Lake Stout. What they are serving for the week or before.
None for me, thanks. I'll just stick with water.
Hey, all right. Hey, it's your call. What? As you guys are taking a short rest and trying to brainstorm, is there anything you'd like to do during this? Like actually brainstorm, or are you just like thematically brainstorming? Everyone's trying to write it in their own little papers or in their head, thinking about haiku-esque poems.
Can't find a pen. What was the syllable count again? One
What
more
was
time.
what?
What was the syllable count again for
He
it?
said either 377 or 773.
Oh yeah, Fungi is sitting just trying to see what he can think of.
Your short rest goes by easily enough. You guys get a short rest in. You still have the afternoon and evening. That is yours.
The rest.
What are you guys up to after your short break?
Well, do we wish to make for the mines, or
You would say might as well. I mean, it's probably about a day or so travel away, maybe more.
I think that's the best bet.
I have a 377, by the way.
All right.
377.
I have a 377.
Okay.
All right. So you guys head out of the city.
Head up to the mine, yeah. Wherever
Yeah.
that mine is.
All right. As you guys travel through Blingden Stone and are led once again blindfolded out the kind of maze area that you're sure it's a maze probably by the way they keep tugging and pulling you different directions after they blindfold you. Or maybe they're just doing that to confuse you and it's just a straight walk. You never know. But taking you out through the gate. In the front of the gate of Blingden Stone seems to have already within the 2.5 days you guys have been here, 3 days, mushroom fungal growth is growing all along the staircase leading up to the gate. Not massive, but kind of like the starting of it. As you can see, the half a dozen myconids, including Sovereign Basidia and their large Grick companion, seem to be kind of cultivating the walls and growing shrooms where previously there were none. This soft light kind of being given off by several of the mushrooms. Spores kind of drifting in the air. It's not unpleasant. It does give a somewhat eerie vibe just for, weird mushroom stuff.
Well, our Myconid friends seem to be settling in.
Yeah, it's looking good out here. Be a shame if something happened at Blingenstone after what happened at the Grove.
Let's make sure it doesn't.
Seems like the plan.
All right. With Turvy leading the way, I'd like someone to just roll me a d20. With a 3, it does take a few days time, or not a few days, a couple days time to traverse through the mines that Turvy leads you to, and obviously very pockmarked with like any semblance of whatever was mined here is emptied. This has been a well-worked mine, and you would actually see the occasional. You'd probably run into 2 different like kind of guard patrols, kind of keeping watch of things, just in packs of 4, with a cave badger with them, wandering through the mines. They wouldn't stop and ask you, you've got a gnome with you. So they just kind of, as you pass them, just give a nod. And, hey, it all looks clear over there. Be safe.
Nod.
But traversing through the mines is an easy task. Like I said, it's well worked, and honestly, the terrain that you traverse is easily traversed. But eventually, Turvy kind of points out a sign he sees that leads out of the mine. And it says Blurpleberries and has like an arrow pointing up towards a looks like a ledge-like trail that is kind of covered with like moss occasionally. Old footpath winding upward.
Guess that's our way up.
Gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting a sign that was gonna say that.
Wait, he said follow the waypoint.
Yeah?
Usually everything's just like in riddles and hidden markers and stuff like that. I mean, a sign is. Well, I think that's not something we're used to.
It's just blipperberries. I mean,
These must be good berries.
yeah, they're alright. I mean, I've had them a couple of times, but like they're so hard to pick. I guess it's more of like one of those things. It's oh, it only grows once every 15 or 20 years, and so it's like a delicacy that you know, an honor to eat the berry. But I never got any of that from it. It was more just yeah, it tastes alright.
Great. Should I send the owl in front to scout a little bit?
Surely it couldn't hurt
Yeah.
anyone
Right.
but the owl.
We're gonna send the familiar about 30 feet in front of us.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Owl doesn't sense anything that you guys don't sense. But kind of heading up this winding pathway. The color of the stone is mostly tannish. And as you kind of start to rise up along what looks to be kind of cliff-like areas, large zirkwood mushrooms and smaller ones growing plentiful and leaving a little bit of light about. You would see areas of vines and grass and the occasional pool of like bluish purple water. The grass is growing in a kind of turquoise fashion, and you can even spot what looks to be like an old basket with rotten berries in it. And you would see these large clusters of giant berries. Berries probably about, some of them as big as like, I don't know, one of your guys' heads. But others are smaller, all kind of growing on this cluster of what looks to be some sort of stone or like a pit. But there's probably a good dozen or so of them. You would also see large, like, the occasional crystal of like yellowish hue kind of like dotting the area to just give this like nice, comfortable low light. You would witness broken down like old, two-wheeled cart. Has some fungus growing underneath it. And other large, like, plant-like stuff. But the zirkwoods kind of tower above to the ceiling that you cannot see. But it's kind of like atop some, like, cliffs. The occasional bone jutting out and mushrooms growing around it. But it's peaceful up here. Not crazy. It's honestly probably one of the prettier places you've seen.
I believe we may have found the one pleasant place down here.
So first we found a sign with a clear indication of which way to go, and now we have found a pleasant place. Why does it feel like a trap?
Because it probably is.
I mean, it's a little dim, but it's not like the temperature in here is pretty comfortable. Maybe a little on the humid side. But yeah, it's kind of like above all this, and you would see, cliffs leading down to darkness that you cannot see. It's kind of nice.
I was trying to have a nice moment and you all ruined it for me.
No, this is nice.
Simply by
As
existing.
Weller's eyes shift around.
Yeah, Fungi's just holding onto his staff tightly. And if you bring us to a map, he's activating Shillelagh.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna bring you to a map, guys. Doesn't mean anything.
Sometimes it doesn't. Like, I kind of really do. I do have a map for this because I was just playing around one day. But I don't.
God.
I'm not going to bring you to it if you guys think that means combat.
No.
Just,
I mean, if you got one, sure, go ahead. But
I'm just going to bring it to you to show you.
Yeah.
Pretty map.
It's just a pretty low lit map. It's nothing like nothing spooky
Yeah, I remember
here.
this one.
that's nice.
It's just a cute little map.
Little giant dead animal carcasses. So,
I said
yeah.
there's bones
Some-
jutting out of the
yeah.
dirt and mushrooms growing under it, but it's
Is that a
still
bench?
yeah. There's a bench overlooking one of the ponds here.
Why did you say that with a smile on your voice?
Because I thought it was a cute little thing. I thought it was a cute little thing to put in here, like a
It
little
is.
bench.
It's cute.
That's a nice
Where-
little bench.
It's where Grandpa feeds whatever the Underdark version of ducks is.
Yeah,
Yes.
There you go.
There it goes.
Yeah, on the back of the bench
Those
is
ducks that try to
carved.
eat Grandpa, so-
Jadger was here, you know. But yeah, this is the kind of area you guys are in right now.
Okay.
It's not, there's not this dark corruption that you're seeing. It's more just natural Underdark, which you've seen some areas like that, but not. It kind of has a blend of several things. But you were at the Blurpleberry patch, essentially. These are the Blurpleberries, these giant berries. Some of
Now
them
we
are
need
probably
to
too old.
locate this place of stoning, which, upon saying it again, doesn't sound too pleasant.
Okay.
Well, did we have any
Yeah.
kind of indication on where to go from here, or just look for the way markers?
Look for a bunch of rocks.
Yeah.
He said follow the ridge to the east, past the
Yep.
Blurpleberry
Oh.
patches.
The ridge.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do the blurpleberries have any sort of medicinal or any interest to anyone in the party?
Are you asking?
Oh.
I was
I'm asking the
wondering about
party.
that.
I don't know. I don't even know what they are.
Yeah,
They're
fungi
purple
was
berries,
interested
man.
about checking them out.
I would
Uh,
find them interesting, but these seem to be important to the gnomes. I wouldn't want to take any without permission.
Fungi, you can give me a nature check after inspecting them.
The blorple berries taste like blorple berries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically.
You never seen or heard of anything like this before. The way they grow in clusters is kind of interesting, and the coloration of that like green undertone with orange exterior. It certainly is interesting, but you're unsure of any use of it. You're even unsure if you could eat it.
I suppose to actually really test one with the herbalism kit, we would have to remove it. So I'll leave it alone.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking too.
Leaving well enough alone. I want someone, whoever's leading the way at this point, to give me a survival check to try and find the correct path, because as you look to the east, there are several paths going down the east ridge. There's one to the southeast, southwest, and they both kind of split off. I need a survival check. Actually, you know what? Let's make this a group thing. I need a group survival check.
That works. $19.
All right. All right. Okay. That's not bad. Overall, pretty good. I'll also say you guys can take a long rest, because this has been like already like a day and a half or two have passed traversing through the mine. That expansive mine. But as you find what you think might be the right path pretty quickly as a group, just kind of scouting around, looking about these blurpleberry patches and looking down each kind of crevice and using the owl to kind of find the right path. You eventually find a place where the pathway, this ridge kind of ends in a flat granite wall. See several rocks kind of lining like the floor here, just dotting around the area. The granite wall has been scratched and scuffed. Several marks are on it. couple of the rocks seem broken.
Well, could this be the place of stoning?
It makes sense.
Is it just rocks, or are there any remains or anything like that?
There's no remains here. There's just a flat granite wall in front of you. The ridge going back behind you, leading back up to where the blurberry patches were, maybe an hour or so up there, winding like switchbacks going up the mount. But yeah, it's just the flat granite wall, scuff marks on it, and rocks kind of littering the floor here.
Well, shall we get poetic?
If you have a poem in mind, you might guess.
You try the
suppose.
377.
Yes. My abbot used to force us to make up poems. It was quite annoying. Dusk will walk up to the wall as if addressing it. Clear his throat, hack up a hairball,
That's one.
and then say, "Great caverns who dive deep below the earth, bless and guide us always home."
Great caverns. Who dive deep and
Mhm.
below.
Deep below, not and below,
Earth.
deep below the earth.
Gotcha. What was the last line?
Bless and guide us always home.
Give me a performance check.
Oh boy.
That's when we need a bard.
3.
As you speak this poem out, however amusing it may be. It is met with silence of a stone wall.
Dusk will step back and say, "Next."
Dude, you embarrassed us in front of the granite wall.
Fungi will step up. Maybe it was the 773? Whispers dance in cavern veins. Roots embrace the sleeping gems. Stones hum deep.
Give me a performance check.
I don't give myself guidance before I did this. Hold on. I'm gonna throw in, try and pull up a knowledge of a past life.
Okay.
And just for extra good measure, we'll even use a tactical mind too.
Okay.
What was the past life you're drawing from? Are you like a traveling troubadour or something in your past life?
Yeah, I kind of not about. So I did in total.
For a 10 total.
Man, you fought hard for that 10.
No kidding.
Good news is you don't. Well, I'll let you know later whether or not you get that the second win back or not.
Okay.
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna mark it off just in case.
it echoes against the walls, but not met with any great aplomb. No applause, you know. Turbo to say, well, I think those are all pretty nice poems. Maybe there's a trick to it.
Can I check out the scuff marks
Sure.
on the wall?
As you look them over, Say you can give me a perception or a investigation check. Your call.
They are both. We'll see. Yeah. I'll do investigation.
With a 10. It looks marked up like you know when rock scratches rock kind of thing. Doesn't look like there's any rhyme or reason to it.
All right. And what else did you say was in here? You said just piles of rocks?
Yeah, just piles of rocks. Not piles, but like scattered rocks about the place. And, you know, the wall and the path kind of going back up. And, yeah, that's it, really. Pretty bare.
Well, somebody want to check out the rocks? See if there's a hidden message written on one of them. And the only other idea I have is tell Turvey to try to read one of the poems.
Oh, I'm not going to read it any better than they did. They're the inventors of them, all right?
Yeah, but you speak Gnomish. That was the whole thing.
Oh, well, it doesn't... There's way too many syllables on each of those in the Gnomish dialect. There's a lot of ers and oys. It just doesn't add up right.
Let me try an Elvish. Casper's gonna say the exact. First, he's gonna try the one that Dusk did.
Nope.
By singing in Elvish.
The syllables are different in Elvish. It doesn't quite line up.
He's gonna try to make one up in Elvish as best as he can, remembering one from his childhood.
What does he say? Are you going 377? Are you going 773?
I'm gonna have to go up with one. Give me a second.
You've had 30 minutes.
Yeah, but a different language for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you can use the same language.
No, English is.
All right. Rincewind will walk up and he'll just say, "The earth provides all we need. The bounty of it is great indeed. Death to Drow."
Give me a performance check. Death to Drow. With a 14. You say it. Nothing happens.
Your turn there, Golden Mustache. Beat that one.
Yeah, I really appreciated the Death to Drow part there, buddy.
Well, I mean, I was extra. I was.
Yeah,
I was
it's
feeling the
thematic.
overall.
I get it.
Yeah. I mean, nothing personal.
When in Bling and
just-
Stone,
Right.
as the Blingenstonians do. I get it.
More or less. I mean, it's nothing personal.
Oh, can Fungi wants to try a different one, but I'm gonna try speaking it in Druidic instead of
Okay.
Very deep, the mountains breathe, silent roots, darkness weave, stone endures.
Give me a performance check.
How do I not think to ever do guidance before I do this?
That's what you said last time.
I know. You see?
Get the same roll as last time. You can have your previous second win back.
Thanks.
Dusk, you got another one.
Nothing happens though.
Anyone got dynamite?
Maybe you'll say, "Hey, what's dynamite?"
Yeah, I kind of felt like
20
maybe that's
syllables
what
is
the.
I have an idea,
Dynamite.
but perhaps it's better if someone else speaks it.
Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe it's not just a poem. I don't know.
Well, did the warden give us any other information that we might be missing?
Turvey kind of shrugs and starts kind of kicking some of the rocks up the hill. Just idly pass by the time.
Perhaps it needs to be spoken by a gnome.
Alright, he'll go through and say everyone's poems. With as much aplomb as you did, or, you know, as much, gusto. Trying to repeat them. But nothing happens. Oh, I think it's something. We're missing something here, right?
Let's
All right.
see.
Everybody
What were
spread
those
out.
other
Check the rocks. Check the walls.
Yeah.
Check the ceilings. Check the crevices.
Yeah, Fungi's definitely gonna go looking. This time I'm giving myself guidance as I start looking around.
Guidance on what? What are you looking around for? What are you guiding yourself on?
Perception check. Hold on, before I say necessary, let me just check. I'm just rereading the quick things over. If I do perception or survival.
And
Survival
just-
would be like tracks or like what's growing
Yeah.
here. Perception would be noticing something you didn't before. Investigation would be finding out what something is or what its purpose is.
Well, let's try a perception check as I'm just looking around for any kind of general
Okay.
clues around like the rock faces and
Give-
things like that.
Give me a perception check. What is everyone else doing as Fungi's looking around with guidance?
Is there any writing, like language on the
yeah,
door?
that's what.
There once was a gnome from Nantucket.
Oh my God, he was from Nantucket. You were right all along.
Yeah.
Wait,
Um,
6, 7.
Look carefully around for
love
any
beer.
inscriptions nearby or anywhere that looks like it might
Can I?
be a focal point or gathering point around the wall.
Which I was going to ask. I know I did the investigation check and it didn't give me a whole lot of information. The stone bits,
Mm-hmm.
are they like around the wall, or are they just completely scattered? No rhyme or
They're
reason?
scattered about, looking like no rhyme or reason. I would say with Fungi's perception check of a 15, you would notice that like several of the rocks seem to be kind of broken or scuffed up themselves.
Is there something here
And-
we have to reassemble? Is there like an altar or something we have to put together?
Is there anything written on the rocks or on the
There is
on the
no
wall?
writing or scripture anywhere.
They're not
Um,
labeled with like A and another A, and we have
No.
to put. Damn.
They are not. It's not a jigsaw puzzle or a match game.
Oh,
Or
look,
just
color
putting
by
furniture
numbers.
together.
It's all in Swedish, damn it.
That's what we were missing. We had to read
Yeah.
the haikus in Swedish.
Yep.
All right. Well, Weller, maybe for no reason in particular whatsoever, is just going to kind of gather the rocks into a pile.
Okay, you gather the rocks into a pile.
And I have a pile of rocks.
You have a pile of rocks.
Yep.
That's a nice pile of rocks you got there, gold stash.
I don't see you doing anything.
Oh, yeah, that's as good as a monument to smooth hands as any.
I'm spitting verses here.
That is true. Who needs a bard when we have you guys?
Right.
Perhaps the poem needs to be some sort of praise to Smooth Hands.
Turvey
I mean, this
shrug
is
and say,
supposed
maybe.
to be a holy site.
Oh, I think it's to the Entomok or whatever that is. I think it's just the earth. Well, I think Smooth Ends likes him. A little bit at least.
How many syllables is Entomok? 3?
Yeah.
I think maybe we need to incorporate that. Weller leaves that with the group as he goes up and says, I'm just going to try something, and knocks on the granite wall.
Just knocking on it with your palm, with your knuckle.
Yeah.
As you knock on it, you can kind of hear almost an echo beyond it.
Okay.
We want to try another poem. I think I might have one.
Be our guest.
All right. He's gonna go and he's gonna say it in Elvish. He's gonna say, "Silver moon hangs in the sky, stars like diamonds twinkle high, night's calm peace."
Nothing happens.
Great. Seems like we need a specific poem.
I would say some of you might get that that definitely wouldn't work because it wasn't about the Earth. But Turvey will speak. Oh, I still think we're missing something. It's got to be more than just a poem. That would be too easy, right?
Yes. Up until now, the poem has proven incredibly easy. You're right. It's probably much more challenging.
Well, it's more than a poem. The warden didn't indicate that.
Okay.
Does anybody got a gym? I like gyms down here, right?
Yeah, we did.
In a land where no breeze play, canyons carved only night, no day, earth is life.
You can give me a
Really thought you were-
performance check.
Really thought you were about to go minute work in a land down under.
Yeah, I was going for it. Performance. Jeez.
With the 12.
All right.
Nothing happens. Nothing's happened during any of these.
Okay, let's think about it. All right, what if this isn't just you say a poem at a wall, and it opens, right? I knocked on it. It sounds hollow, so it's more like a door, probably a tunnel or something on the backside of it. What if this is like we're trying to? It needs to be some sort of ritual. Maybe we need to offer a gym. Maybe the rocks have something to do with it. There's only other thing in here was the rocks, the granite wall. Maybe we do something with the rocks. Maybe we offer a gym as like a sacrifice or whatever, and then we say a poem.
Wait a minute.
Maybe
Waiting.
we have to stone somebody.
This is
Maybe
the
we have
place
to
of
sacrifice
stoning.
somebody.
Perhaps we have to throw the stones at
Oh, the scuff
the
marks.
door wall with the rhythm of the poem.
So instead of
Possible.
actually having to
5,
say
7,
words,
7, or 7, 7, 3.
maybe
Correct.
it's more of a rhythm game as opposed to a literature test.
Yes, maybe not a literal poem,
Mm-hmm.
but a Nomi poem.
Okay. Well, let's pick up some rocks and try it.
All right. Dusk will pick up a handful of rocks,
Okay.
and then he'll throw 3 in succession, pause, throw 7 in succession, pause, and throw 7 in succession.
Give me a performance check.
Somebody with performance needs to do this stuff.
Nobody has
I'm
it.
so
I
sorry.
have no performance,
I've got some because of my oh god.
and I can't roll above a 4 anyway.
You know what? I'll give you advantage for the rocks. For funsies.
18.
Oh,
With an 18, as the last stone hits, the stone would just kind of fade away to nothingness, as you would see what looks to be a slide of smooth stone going down beyond. I'm gonna give Dusk inspiration for that one.
Thank you. Well,
Yes, it's
shall
it's
we,
the place of stoning.
right. Shall we, slide?
Let's go.
I don't know. I kind of want to hang out here and hear more of the poems you guys had. They were really good.
Dusk will scowl at Weller and go down the slide.
Okay.
Casper's gonna follow right behind him.
I was being genuine, and Weller would go down the slide.
As you all dip down the slide, one by one, it is smooth. Dusk, you thought you were speed before. It's probably not that fast, but it is fast. Everyone feels the speed that Dusk feels when he runs across his maximum speed. As you're slipping and sliding, frictionless almost, and it's not oiled, but it is smooth and kind of cool to the touch for the most part as you're sliding down these stones, but eventually you would see the tunnel starts to split in different directions and kind of going up and down and up, and like there's all these hills and curves and twists and several splits off in different directions. I do need everyone to give me a dexterity save.
Oh god.
20. Dirty 20.
All right. At one point, Chasmus, Fungi, and Weller, each of you kind of stumble in a line, hitting one of these intersections, like right at the sharp angle. You each take 9 points of bludgeoning damage at one point through this slide. Is eventually you guys kind of topple down and away, kind of all these interconnecting places. You might see the occasional sign of like little webbing above, like in the top recesses of the tunnels. But other than that, nothing super untoward as you slip and slide out into a small cavern. Looks to have a pool in it and a wooden sign sticking out of the water. It's kind of crystal clear water. The smell of rotten eggs fills the air, and you can see a skeleton of a large cave badger sitting in the pool as the tunnel itself continues on past the pool, kind of like through the water. As though I'd also say Weller, Chasmus, and Fungi would kind of be the last to come out of the tunnel regardless, the slippy slide tunnel. As the tunnel actually, you kind of land in an upward angle, like the end of the tunnel, so it's both ends of the tunnel are down. If that makes sense. Just because of the hill and the momentum.
All right.
Always a damn skeleton.
Yeah. And you would see a wooden sign kind of posted in the water.
What's that sign say?
It's in Undercommon.
What's that sign say in Undercommon?
It says, "Don't drink."
That sounds like a dare.
Yeah, it sounds like. Oh God!
What they
Be
tell
my
you.
guest.
Maybe it's just really good tasting water and they want to keep it for themselves.
That's what I'm thinking. Or
But
about-
also,
Sure.
there's a skeleton of a
it.
cave badger in the middle of it, so, you know, I guess I'll err on the side of caution.
Who doesn't
When we
like
make
cold
it to the surface, there are a few spiritual men I'm going to need all of you to spend some conversation and contemplation with.
That sounds incredibly boring.
You have no idea. All right, I guess we will continue down the cavern. How's the lighting situation?
You do have to go through the water. It's pitch black in here.
gain
Oh, maybe I didn't
awesome.
get that description.
Yeah. So there's a pool of water that the tunnel continues past, and so like it's waterlogged in the tunnel as well.
Do I see anything that they don't see in the caverns?
No,
Just water and.
this
How
is
wide is the cavern?
clear water. Maybe 8 or 9 feet wide. Not
How
terribly wide.
difficult would it be to climb along the wall? I mean, I am that, and that's water.
Yeah, not terribly.
Okay.
Not terribly at all.
Dusk will climb up the wall and start making over, towards the tunnel and say, "What are you all waiting on?"
Let's go. Casper's just gonna walk in the water.
All right. You step in the water. It's perfectly fine. It's nice and cool. It's not ice cold. It's that like not perfect body temperature, just like maybe 5 degrees cooler. So it's refreshing. It does look quite tasty though. Crystal clear. And as you're walking through it, wading through it, it's only like maybe 1.5 feet or so deep. So fungi, you can walk through it, keeping your head up. But the smell of rotten eggs definitely filling your nostrils. But you would also you're not even kicking up any sediment as you're wading through it. It's nice. Cooling. Dusk, as you're kind of going first through, like, over the ceiling, like on the walls, does traverse kind of a downward angle. And you can kind of tell on the ceiling there's several webbings, kind of like splatterings of webs kind of stuck to corners in different places.
They appear to be like large webs, or
I would say it's even less of webs, more of like uh strings of webbing. Not even like you don't see like classic spider like
yeah,
star or whatever. They're a webbing. Like what do you call that? Circular sacred geometry.
almost like filaments,
Yeah.
sort of. Dusk is going to say there's evidence of webbing along the ceiling, so
Lovely.
cautious.
We're gonna keep an eye out for spiders then.
Yeah. Keeping an eye out for spiders as you continue through the water. Eventually, the water kind of comes to a small ledge, and the tunnel continues in a drier fashion as the webbing also seems to continue in much larger fashion. And you would see up ahead the sparse light of a crystal kind of glowing with this bluish white coloration.
All right. Lost holy places tend to attract things, so maybe we should approach stealthily.
As stealthily as we can in this water. How high is the ceiling?
Well, you guys are out of the water now. It's kind of dry. The ceiling in here is maybe like 15 feet. Varies between 10 and 15.
Mm.
And kind of where you see that bluish white crystal glow is definitely still dry. And like, you know, the walls here are pretty craggy. Stones littering the floor as well. Not very dusty.
It's without trace again, guys.
Please.
Yeah, might not be a bad idea.
All right.
Alright.
I will go ahead and cast it.
And Casper's gonna go invisible to help him even more.
Okay.
Help himself more.
As you guys press forward, everyone's sneaking. I need everyone to give me a stealth check.
Oh, I am messed.
38.
20.
25, 35.
That's yeah.
Look at that. 2 nat 20.
That's pretty good. Two nat
Really
20s.
glad.
Definitely helps make up for the rest as you come to the area where this bluish white crystal glows. You can see dotted around this enormous cavern that you enter several more of these crystals glowing, more of this webbing lined about the area. But you can see you're kind of at an overlook as the area kind of angles down around this almost circular room, hundreds of feet wide, but dotted with bluish white crystals. As you're kind of imagine there's no light looking at this picture, but you still have those bluish white crystals as pools of water filling the not filling the bottom, but like sparsely fitting at the bottom. You would see rubble strewn about near the bottom of this place, and occasional small cracks and chasms leading to nothingness. Pillars lining through the bottom to the top. This area is probably 100 or more feet down, and the ceiling goes maybe about 50 or so feet above you as you come into this place. Jagged spikes and the occasional growth of vines or no mushrooms, as it's actually not very humid here. It's cool, and the only humidity is, well, in the water. You're at this kind of ledge overlooking the area.
Rincewind will get his shield equipped and ready his short sword as he enters this.
Absolutely.
Doesn't bode well. Yeah.
Scan for scan around for movement.
Yeah, give me a perception check as you scan around for movement at the top of this kind of cliff-like area.
Casimus, you still here, buddy?
I'm still here.
You got your little owl friend?
Yeah. Where do
We
you
do.
want him to go? Yeah.
Help scan the area.
You guys would see. You guys would see the owl on Casper's shoulder right now. Or
So it's
hovering,
just sitting in the
hovering.
air.
So it's just
It's
yeah.
just it's just
Well,
sitting in the air.
It's
Yeah,
just,
I mean,
it's
right
just-
now,
the
if
owl's
we-
just
if we-
T-posing.
I love that.
if we stopped, yes, but if we're moving, he would move around.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'd say right now you guys are stopped. As Dusk kind of takes a gander around, Dusk, you do see dotted around the area at the edge of the ledge, kind of in the ceiling, near the webbing, this filament type stuff. You would see these larger-ish white cockroach body like things. Cockroach, spider, scorpion. They don't have a tail that you see. But some insectoid like creature about the size of you. Quite a number of them. At least 4 that you see. Just kind of barely at the edge of your perception field, you know, seeing these white bodies.
Well, everything's clear. No. There are several large insects. I assume they're responsible for this webbing or filaments. We need to proceed with caution. I'm sure they'll act instinctively.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to be meeting them one way or another. Well, what's
We
the best
will-
way off
That's
this
the
ledge?
spirit.
They kind of look like... I'll try and get it out there, see if it does it. Yeah, they kind of look like
Ah,
this,
God, of course.
just so you know.
I don't like the way it slid off screen.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's exactly kind of what it... They're just kind of hidden in the corner. Like, he points it out, and like, yeah, you can kind of make them out. They're hard to see, but you can see them.
All right. Well, what's the best way off the ledge?
Seems like it kind of circles down, like maybe about 15 or so feet down, past this kind of filament, and then like almost like a large, not staircase, but kind of like in a staircase-like fashion. Like there's a ledge, and then there's another ledge, and then there's another ledge going down. Actually, probably about 30 feet with each ledge. One of them does have like this filament stuff right across the edge of it. The first one.
All right. Traverse down carefully as to not disturb the webbing as best we can.
I would suggest trying to avoid it. It might alert those things.
Yeah.
Am I able to jump over the filament and just fall down the 30 feet to the next
Absolutely,
ledge?
you are.
All right. So I'll well, before I do that, let's determine how we're going to descend.
Got a rope.
I just have like the clip from Hot Fuzz playing in my mind of Simon Pegg's character like leaping over the fences and things
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's just Dusk just leaving us as he just hops down.
We got a rope. We can attach the rope and we can.
Yes,
Climb
but
down.
that will disturb the filaments.
The first ledge you said the webbing is attached to. Is it like fully covered or is it just like
It's not.
It's anchored
It's
at
not
one
fully
corner
covered. It's
and-
kind of anchored at one corner, and
Okay.
yeah. It's not completely covered.
all right, well let's just go down and try to avoid where the filament is.
All right.
Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity. Oh, well, how long does that last? Oops, that was the wrong spell.
Boom.
That's
To just
that's
blow
a
everybody
move,
up.
Cotton.
That's it. We're all
And-
dead.
Can't disturb the webs if they're not there anymore.
That's so true.
Let's see. How long does Bless only lasts a minute? It's gonna take us longer a minute to get through there.
It's saving throws,
Um,
and it's not ability checks anyways.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
You all do still have Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just keep
So
sneaking.
why not give me one end of the rope, and I'll brace it, and then you each descend one by one, and then I'll descend.
Let's do that.
Wait. Who's bracing it on this side?
On this side, Dusk.
He's saying
That's
because
on
it's
the
On
other
the,
easier.
on the top side, he means.
On the top side, while
yeah.
each of you all descend, and then Dusk can just jump down.
Yeah, because he's not worried about
Correct,
navigating it
yeah.
carefully. So,
Okay.
all right. I feel like we've done this before, right?
Sure. Yeah, something like that.
Starting to rappel down, essentially, with Dusk keeping him up. Dusk, I want you to give me an athletics check.
Sorry. 19.
We're only going one at a
19.
time, so you only have to be sorry to one person.
All right. With a 19. Yeah, love that. As you guys are rappelling down Dusk, you guys are still sneaking along with your super sneaky stealth, sliding down the rope, avoiding the filaments that you see. Easily enough. Going down a second time, and then a third, you reach the bottom of this place. Again, you kind of avoid this, like, small chasm that leads to this dark nothing. The occasional puddles of bluish green water. A little bit of green vine on the occasional ledge. But in the center of this space, can't help but notice, there's a large mound. Maybe not so tall as it is wide. In it, marked in like black chalk or something, you can see something marred at the top of it. This large, expansive space. You can even see broken fossils, like large fossils nearby.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the description of the mound?
Looks like kind of just like a large, maybe like 20, 30 feet wide, about 5 or 10 feet up, flat at the top, and you can kind of barely make out something in dark charcoal, kind of written or something at the top of the mound.
I'm going to send the owl to see exactly what's written there.
Sure. Looks like some sort of circle has been inscribed there. Repeated circles.
Alright.
Like a summoning circle.
Looks like summoning circles, so someone's trying to summon something down here?
Could
Any
this-
idea what the kind of summoning it is? What it's trying to summon?
Would I be able to figure out with the pattern?
You guys all know the answer of what was summoning here.
Earth elementals.
Oh yeah, of course.
Anyone know how to summon a
Well,
elemental?
we've located the boon. We
Yeah.
can assume. But there are those things.
As you guys are talking about this boon and how you've located it from one of the nearby chasms, this kind of hole in the ground leading to nothing, you can see a small-ish, almost like a Komodo dragon, bluish scales, maroon colored backline start meandering about the place. Come from one of those crevices, chomping at rocks
Did
here
it
and
notice
there.
us?
It has not at the moment, as you guys are. I mean, it hasn't immediately. It looks like it just came from its resting place or something. And you guys are kind of.
Recognize what kind of animal it is?
You can give me an Arcana check.
I swear to God, fun guy, if you high friend this guy, I'll kill you myself.
With the 10, you have not heard or seen anything like this before. Noting
We have
its
animals.
numerous legs, has 8 of them. What are you guys doing? Currently, you guys are standing in the middle of the open area, talking.
Well, I hope we were still
can say
hiding
hi
a
to it.
little.
Say hi to it.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
What?
I just talked about this.
Komodo dragon-looking thing with 8 legs?
Yeah.
If
Do
you
you
wanna
guys
sign-
seek cover?
Yeah,
Well-
I fucking close my eyes and dive behind a rock.
Were we
Yeah.
hiding in the first place?
Right.
Being
Yeah,
You guys were being quiet.
Let's move to where we're not seen.
and we still have pass without trace on, so
Absolutely.
Okay, I don't dive behind a rock. I tiptoe quietly
Yeah,
behind
you
a
tiptoe
rock.
quietly behind a
Right.
rock.
Yeah, let's hide.
don't panic. Bring a towel. Then, yeah, try to keep cover and see what it's doing.
It's meandering about, chomping on rocks.
Great.
Like it's food. Is there any other, say, food sources around, like dead those bugs, carcasses or anything else like that?
You do not
Or
see any
anything that
carcasses or anything like that.
Resembles that it may have been alive once, but has been turned to stone.
You don't notice anything.
All right.
He kind of moseys over to where the circle is, climbing that little hill, chewing on a stalagmite.
I peek around the ground, like see if there's multiple tracks of anything. Like, is it alone or is there?
Yeah, give me a survival check.
See if it wants to play fetch.
As you just kind of look around with a 25. Okay, yeah, you can see its tracks here and there. Oh, but then you see some tracks that are much bigger. Much, much bigger. Similar style. Similar walking pattern. But you can tell that there is a much, much larger version of this somewhere around.
More than one here. Just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Looks like it eats rocks and not the other thing.
Well, I mean, or it could be packing its gizzard. So it could eat us.
Do any of you know what this thing actually is?
No clue.
No.
Can Weller roll for it?
It'd be an
Didn't say
Arcana
that.
check.
All right,
If,
I'll just give it a
I would
shot.
like to cast guidance on him to see
It's
if
too
he's
late.
trying to
I
figure.
already asked for it.
God damn it.
I'll see if
9.
That's going to be a no. You have no idea what this thing is.
I'll see if Cass wants to know what the Arcana since he's
Sure.
proficient in it. 23.
The 23. Yeah, you've heard tales of these things. Basilisks.
Oh. Yeah, he's gonna.
Uh, yeah, everything you know about basilisks. Looks like that. That's a fun little guy. Isn't that fun guy? What do you think, fun guy? That's a
Hey.
fun guy.
Do I at least know anything more now that we've identified the creature? Like, would I know what?
Nah,
I mean,
you
how does
never.
that metagame? Like,
I
know what
you
that
might have
was
heard
right
tales of turning to stone, but that's about all you would know. Casmus, you would know everything that you probably know about basilisks.
Yeah, he's gonna tell them, don't ever look at it. And yeah, be careful. Avoid its gaze at all costs. Unless you want to turn it to stone.
I mean, we're gonna have to kill this thing, right?
I don't know.
Are we?
And we don't know how many of them there are. Well, if we are going to recover the boon, obviously these things would be problematic.
Can I just cast darkness on it and go to town?
I mean, as long as you can get it to stand still.
Can you see inside
No,
your darkness? That's the thing.
but it can't see outside, right?
I can. Yeah, I could probably guide you to him.
So if it can't see me and I can't see it, we're both at a disadvantage, except I'm not going to turn to stone.
Well, I might be able to guide you to where you need to head because I can
Alright,
see through that.
Yeah, we could try echolocation. I'm down for anything.
Does it work with him seeing you? What if I just tried to make it blind? Oh,
Yeah,
we still got to worry
cast
about the other
blindness.
one.
What
Yeah,
other one?
well, if
Well,
I
was saying there's
if I
enough
cast
distractions.
darkness or
There's
if
more
he
than one
casts
place here.
if I cast darkness or if he casts darkness, I can see
ca-
through it. I can tell him which side, and I can guide his movement, telling him exactly where to head.
Is darkness like? I know it encompasses like an area. Does it have like a height?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot radius.
15 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can cast blindness.
Yeah, that's fine. But like I said, there's this one, but there's probably a bigger one somewhere around here too.
There's always a bigger one.
There's always a bigger
And I
fish.
could see slaying the smaller creature would enrage the larger.
Right.
But to your point, we will have to deal with these one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, we could hunt down the larger one and slaying that pisses off the little guy. Either way, we're going to deal with at least two. And also, anything that we do in here might set off the cockroach scorpion spiders.
Yeah, gotta be careful.
Cockroach, scorpion, spiders.
They might
Oh,
still
that's an
steer
idea.
clear of the
Get the
basilisk, though.
This thing's starting to head towards your position, just idly, as it has finished its chomping of the ground up near the circle, hitting a
I'm gonna
nearby
say-
column, and starts to kind of meander over towards your group's position.
I'm gonna say shh, 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 and then I'm gonna cast, or I'm going to bring us into psychic whispers.
Okay.
And Dusk will ready his crystal.
Weller hears voices in his head all of a sudden and is frightened. He
Yeah.
lashes out.
For
Nothing
4
moves for
hours.
Right. He's right there. We could cast blindness right now, and
As he's coming towards you right now.
Yeah, if you guys want, I can just cast darkness on it. We fucking go ham on them, and then deal with the bigger one when the bigger one pops his head out.
I can cast blindness on the bigger one.
All right.
Or
Let's do
cast the darkness and just keep
It's within 15 feet of
blasting
you
him.
now.
Go, fire it
Yeah.
away.
All right. Well,
Who's
I'll
doing
cast-
who is doing what?
I am going to cast darkness on the basilisk that is
Okay.
approaching us.
I'm diverting my eyes.
As
trying
you cast darkness towards it, you would hear a shrill roar. We're going to roll initiative. But as we roll initiative here, I'll bring you guys to a map first.
Holy shit.
It's a big place. You guys are hiding behind some stalactites, stalagmites, columns, etc., etc. But as we roll initiative here, that is where we are going to go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break. I don't know where you choose a square where you want the center to be. But we're going to go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break, folks. So stick around. See how they deal with this one basilisk when we come back. All right, gang. We'll see you in a minute.
Where's Casmus?
Alrighty, folks. Well, welcome back to our Out of the Abyss. And last we left off, seemed to have found Entomoc's boon, but creatures lurk here, particularly a basilisk, and quite possibly one that is much larger. With the basilisk encroaching towards your general direction, you guys came up with a plan quickly as you were sneaking about, hidden for now. Weller had cast darkness on it as it approached. We've rolled an initiative as it lets out a shrill screech. This roar! But, you know, more shrill. Roar! There you go, that's better.
Is it?
Almost like a call. And we've rolled initiative. Rincewind, you are up first.
Yeah.
We'll go with
Well.
Darkling.
see
Yeah, we'll do
this thing.
Darkling. Well, yeah, you don't see it. It's in darkness.
Yeah. So I will just go ahead. Oh, jeez, I can't even. I'll move over this way. There's everybody. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cast Bless. At
Okay.
2nd level.
Who are you casting Bless on?
Casmus, Dusk, Fungi, and Weller.
Casmus, Dusk, Fungi, and Weller. You all have been hashtag. You don't see Casmus. He's invisible.
Does he see the owl?
Casmus
It's the
is
owl on his shoulder.
Right.
Do you need to see them with Bless? You might
I
not.
think so. Let's see. I have it right here. We're gonna go like that.
Probably do.
Do you need to see him or just have a close approximation of where
No,
he may
just
be?
within range. Whenever, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And there you go, Casmus.
you
And
know
then,
he's there somewhere.
We saw a pass without trace on, so
Absolutely.
I am going to try to kind of avert my eyes downward and hide in a ridge around here somewhere.
Okay, that is kind of like the bottom of the cliff that's like 100 or so feet up.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just dip behind this little stalagmite that I'm
All right.
standing by.
Dipping behind the stalagmite as you're averting your eyes downward, taking us to dusk.
I'll give you one of those just in case.
I would love to see our sessions sometimes like animated. Like just to picture Rincewind like coming out, running to a cliff face, turning around, and then running back into
Yep.
cover.
God bless you! And then I
Bless you and you and you and you and you. Oh shit! And then turn around and run.
Yep, exactly.
And just run away, yeah.
There's this cloud of darkness nearby.
Just in the background with what was it, Basilisk
Yeah.
shrieking.
How high up is this little?
That is a pillar that goes all the way up. All the way up 100 feet to the ceiling. The smaller ones are
Alright.
stalagmites that might go up like 15 or so feet.
Okay. Climb 15 feet up this one.
Okay.
And have my, in one hand, I'm going to be holding my crystal in front of my eyes. And yeah, as a bonus action, I'll go ahead and ignite Dawn.
You ignite dawn so everyone can finally see in here.
And I suppose take the dodge action.
All right.
I need to see how things are going to play out.
Holding up this lens, this crystal to your eyes, igniting dawn with the other hand, kind of hanging on with your cat clawed feet to the ledge of that spire, taking us to Casmus.
We are going to cast. What is it called? Polite on the
Okay.
basilisk.
What does blight look like?
A green light would cast out of Casmus' hand, going towards the dark cloud.
Okay, and into it kind of disperses. What would they see when it does affect this creature? Not that they can see it, but for, audience's perspective.
It would start to cover the creature and cover it in black spot and
Okay.
mixing of black and green spot on the creature.
Black and green, classic color combo. Go ahead and roll me some blight. It's going to take damage no matter what, right?
33.
Is it a
Yes, he 15
con
con save.
save? It got a nat 20.
Takes F.
So it'll take 16 points of necrotic damage. Anything else for Casmus, as you are no longer invisible?
Nope, that'll be it.
It's fun. Before fungi can even act, you would hear, and I would say, Dusk, you would probably see it first, from the larger embankment of stone escarpment. Rocks start to scatter and trickle down as you see splashes into the small puddle there, as an enormous figure slithers and skitters down that area. A much larger and much more terrifying version climbs down as it immediately kind of hisses this deep hiss. As you can see its mouth exuding this poisonous, probably poisonous fumes, lets out a mighty bellow, a burp almost, as it just spews out this massive acidic cone of a breath weapon. I will need everyone to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Great. So plus 2 and 18.
15.
Okay. With a 23, an 8, a 15, a 22, and a 19. This fun guys, yours looks different, so I never see it at first. Looks like the old stuff. But Casmus, you take 34 points of poison damage. Everyone else takes 17. I believe fungi, you actually take half of that, so you take 8 poison damage. As it spews out poison, goes around in each and every crevice as Turvy Rumpadump, Cappy just kind of floats Rumpadump above the area for a brief moment to avoid it, as Turvy just kind of hops into a small crevice there. I do need that. Thank you, Rincewind. I do need a Constitution save from Weller as well. Maintain concentration on the darkness.
Oh, man.
You are golden. That will take us to Fungi. Fungi, at the start of your turn, seeing this giant creature tumble down, all 8 of its legs. 8? I don't remember. How many did I say? 8 or 10?
8.
8 legs, barreling down like a giant centipede. Start of your turn, I do need a Constitution saving throw. With 15. What are you doing with your turn?
Let's.
Thank you, Bless.
I'll start by trying to cast blindness on the big guy.
Okay. Big con save.
16.
You got a 10. It's going to use one of his legendary resistances to avoid that. And choose to pass. As this greater basilisk just blinks the darkness away from its eyes.
Alright. Sure, we're gonna fight this guy, but I will. I'm gonna action surge the fungi special.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll back a little bit.
Yeah, roll backwards.
Yeah, and that'll do it.
All right.
My turn.
That will take us to Weller. Weller, at the start of your turn, I also need, because I think you can see this guy too. I'll give you advantage because it's just kind of barely through the cracks. Give me a Constitution save at advantage, please.
Constitution at advantage coming in.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. You
Just not
get
existing
you get a
anymore.
glance at the basilisk, but you don't make direct eye contact. You just kind of like, that thing's big, and it sure does stink in here.
All right. So I already did my darkness. Just because I don't know how these two interact with each other, if I did fairy fire, would we be able to see that?
They're
through
both
the
constant. They're
darkness?
both concentration.
Oh, okay. So I can. Gotcha. All right. And as long as I don't look at this big guy in the eyes.
You did get a glance at his eyes. It didn't seem to bother you that much this time.
Not this time. I am. Let's. What can I do? I can move there. If I moved here, just because I can't really see the outline of the block, could I attack with the glaive?
No.
Is he 1 block away too far?
1 block away.
Okay. And that's if I even knew.
If you want, I can turn on the...
You're good. I can zoom in. It was I just had it zoomed out too far, so I couldn't really see what block he was in.
make the opacity of the lines a little better. Is that better?
Ooh, fancy. Yeah. Okay, let's I'm just going to
Now that the big ones arrive, we'll go ahead and switch to the malicious.
I tell you what, I'm gonna move in to the darkness.
Move into the darkness.
I'm gonna go 20 feet to about right there. I'm going to close my eyes as I enter.
Yeah.
And I am just going to swing out with my glaive.
Okay.
And I am, well, I don't want to do that because if I frighten him, he moves away from me.
You're next to him now.
But do I know that he's there?
You're the one who cast darkness. I would say this is a split second, so you know he hasn't moved. Because the darkness hasn't moved, and the darkness is on him.
Okay, well, in that case, if I know he's there, I'll attack with the maul.
Okay.
As opposed to the glaive. And I will
We'll be at
strike out and I'll
disadvantage.
with my eyes closed.
Yep. Well, because you're in darkness also.
And I'm also.
It is pitch black in there.
All right, let's just. I'm looking for it on the sheet. I was gonna try. I was gonna try trip attack too, because I want to see if I can limit
All
his
right.
movement.
If
So,
you hit,
if I hit.
see that trip attack.
Let's do. Where's it at? There it is. All right, maul.
An 18 will hit it.
All right.
Also,
let's
your
do-
your maul also automatically topples, or attempts to.
Oh, okay. I thought that was only on.
It is not
or
toppled
something.
over by your maul attack though.
Okay. Well, I'll still do the trip attack for the extra damage.
Extra damage, and it gets a different saving throw, I think, too.
So let's turn on superiority die and flip damage. And nothing happened.
Why not? Are you clicking it?
No. Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. I wasn't clicking it.
Yeah.
No, I clicked it in the chat, but it did not roll anything.
Roll it. Click it in your character sheet.
The trip attack,
Oh no, the maul attack.
maul attack, damage.
Yeah, it's not letting me click in the. 21 points of damage, as it does need to make another saving throw. And this time it does get tripped over, or at least you think, as it takes 21 points of damage, as you hear a little gurgle, as it feels like your
Alright.
maul just hit stone.
Let's do extra attack and try it again with the maul.
Alright, it will just be a straight roll this time.
Alright, automatic.
28 absolutely hits.
Still not working from the chat, so let's do it from the sheet.
For 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you hammer down onto the prone, toppled over basilisk. You're unsure of how much damage you're actually doing to it, but you feel like you're hitting it pretty darn well. Anything else for Weller?
That was how tall is the bigger basilisk?
You barely saw it, but it's about 15 feet tall.
Okay, so instead of exiting the darkness, because that's what I was originally going to do, I'll stay in it with this thing, just with my eyes closed.
Okay. That will take us to the little basilisk, who you're unsure what it's doing, but it's going to try to bite out at Weller. At disadvantage. Ooh, avoiding that nat 20, though. Instead of getting a 21 against you, Weller. Which, even at disadvantage, it rolled good. Weller, unfortunately, you take 8 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Ending the basilisk's turn, taking us to Rincewind. Rincewind, What you up to, buddy?
Well,
Eyes
I'm
are
hiding
down at the
still.
moment. You're hidden, or so you think.
I'm listening to Weller beat the crap out of this basilisk while I hear this other giant thing coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I guess I'm going to cast command.
Oh.
On the giant basilisk.
Okay, knowing a larger creature is approaching, you can't see him. You would have to look at him to cast the spell.
Okay. I
Unfortunately.
will look at him then. We'll see what
I need a
happens.
Constitution save.
There we go.
With a 13, you can feel your body harden, stiffen as you look up to cast the spell. I'll say the spell goes off, but you are restrained. As your body just kind of stiffens as you look up to cast it. Actually, you know what? Give me a Constitution save to see if, yeah, Constitution save to like kind of maintain concentration on the spell as you're starting to harden. With a 20. Yeah, your spell goes off. What are you commanding? Your one-word command.
Lee.
Flee. Is a wisdom save, correct?
Yeah.
Got a 5.
All right.
In the scheme of things, yeah. We'll find out what happens on its turn.
Right.
Taking us.
And then I'm going to use my cunning action to dip
You
back
are
down.
you are
down.
restrained.
Oh yeah, I'm restrained. Right.
As you feel your body
I
stiffen
will
and
avert my
harden.
eyes back again though, if I can.
You are stiffened. You are
whole
currently
body?
kind of stuck in this place to kind of like
Okay.
you're slow moving. You're about to kind of look downward as your body is hardening, taking us to dusk. Dusk with this bright shining light. I do need a Constitution save at the start of your turn because this thing appeared unbeknownst.
Does my crystal give me advantage?
It does give you advantage. Absolument.
22.
Yeah, you're golden. Seeing the radiant lights kind of like refracting through the crystal of the eyes of the basilisk.
All right. I mean, I've seen him do this before. All right. Dusk will glide down the pillar. Move over here, grab Rincewind. And move him. Oh no, I lost my token.
No, you're still there. It's just when you move on top of someone, you can't move your token.
Move him over here with me
Okay.
behind
Just
the
kind of
darkness.
dragging his body as it feels at least 2 or 3 times heavier than normal. We'll say it's gonna cost more than double movement. I'm gonna say triple movement to drag Rincewind in this moment.
Okay.
He's
I
heavy.
should. Yeah, restrained is its own weird little thing.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a rider to other things.
Yeah. All right.
Skirting around the edge of this darkness.
Yeah, I guess my big goal was to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
I guess as my action, I'll continue to take the dodge action.
Okay, taking the dodge action as you drag Rincewind up, and you're just ready to do your kung fu stuff as you're not within sight of this creature. That will take us to Casmus. Casmus, you are a fortunate one who is opposite of the large one, as you just saw this waft of greenish colored like smoke spew through the area.
Yeah, he's gonna close his eyes and he's gonna move forward and cast a fireball in the direction that he heard all the noise.
A
So
fireball. Love it.
around right there.
Roll me a big old ball of fire. As it explodes in the area. Make a dex save. Got an 8. It'll take 30 points of fire damage. As the area just kind of explodes and rubble just kind of and debris goes everywhere. The water nearby just kind of starts to boil briefly for a moment.
And then after that, we're gonna move back to get away from his sight, and that'll be it.
All right. That'll take us to the big boy. As the big boy runs away. It's not very fast. Actually, it is kind of fast, but it does spend its turn running southward. Just barely down there. Can't see it very well on the... Just pretend, those at home, that it's down there. That will take us to Fungi, as the creature on its many legs skittered away, letting out a roar as it does, chomping the whole time. Fungi, what are you up to?
Hold on. 5, 1, 2, 20.
I should note, what are you doing with
There we
your,
go. Sorry, I'm
with
moving
your,
myself
with your
down.
eyes?
I'm kind of keeping, holding my shield up, but I'm able to keep looking down, so at least I'm seeing which way I'm going.
Okay. Just kind of looking down at your feet so you can see where you're going. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Shield
not
up.
tripping or anything, see where I've already come from.
Gotcha.
See around there. I know he's generally around there. While that thing's running away, I will shake some spores out.
Okay, get some spores out.
And where to go? Oh, damn it! I didn't want to roll it. I just wanted to just ignore that. Conjure animals as I throw into the darkness my conjured mushroomy
Yeah.
wool out there by where I last saw
Somewhere over there.
Teslas. Yeah. And I'm not close enough to try and hit anything. Yeah, that's all I really can do. Oh, not for this turn, but for later. I forgot about it until we started this. Last session, I took some damage to my quarterstaff. It's possible to retcon, like, over the last log save, I would have used my carpenter's tools to fix the damage. I had like a -1 on there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine. Yeah, we'll
Okay.
well actually tell you what. Give me a sleight of hand, add your wisdom.
Sleight of hand, and then add another 5. Subtract 2. because
Yeah,
that
you're
was for
good.
the
Yeah,
D4, so
it's fine.
just take it off the customization the next time I roll
I got you.
it. But yeah, that'll
All right.
do it for my turn.
As you guys don't see what happens, but you kind of feel the darkness like waft outward as some spores are just kind of trickling outside of the top of the dome, taking us to Weller inside the darkness.
Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. I'm gonna swing out with the maul.
Swinging out with the Mel.
Eyes still closed, so disadvantage.
Yep. Well, yeah. Eyes still closed and you're in darkness, so yeah, disadvantage.
Yeah. Maul.
And that big old Mal, a 21 is going to hit.
Maul.
For 19 points of damage. As you would hear this kind of...
All right. That's a good sound.
Mm-hmm.
Is it still prone?
Assuming it
You're
expended movement to stand up.
unsure if it's... It seems like it got knocked prone, maybe, from this last attack.
Maul.
All right, swinging that Mal down, taking him on a date to the mall. 28's gonna hit,
Damage.
getting an 18 to hit. As you slam down on the body, you just hear the squelching of the thud as you hit it.
I think this one may be dead.
Is
And
it?
I will.
Casmus, you can see, yes, it is lying on the ground, dead.
Yeah,
But I'm not sure, so I'm gonna action surge and do 2 more attacks.
No, yeah.
Just on the corpse.
Yep.
Do you need me to do concentration for maintaining darkness?
No,
Okay.
I mean you can drop it if you want.
No, I'm
Okay.
in here. It's protecting me currently.
It's protecting you.
All right. Yeah, I will keep it up, and I'll stay in it.
All right. That will take us to Rincewind. Rincewind, currently you are restrained as you're kind of like being dragged around by Dusk.
Yep.
What are you doing while being restrained?
Nothing.
I mean, you still have your
spells,
you
I
can
can't-
you can cast spells.
Well, if I can't close my eyes, then I can't.
I was just saying, like in the moment. Like you can close your eyes now. Like it just takes a moment.
Okay. I guess I'll cast. Jeez, what's the range on that thing? Yeah, I think I can hit him with Toll the Dead. It's damaged, right?
It is damaged. As long as you don't have to see it.
Oh, I do have to see it. Yeah. Let's see. I guess. Boy, I don't have any restoration spells. Here ones. I gotta see it for that too. Yeah. I guess I'll cast Healing Word on Casmus.
Okay. What's the word?
Run.
Run.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's go. Yeah.
Casmus, you hear run. You get 9 points of healing.
And then I will end my turn.
At the end of your turn, you need a Constitution saving throw. Okay. With a 14, Rincewind, you can see your fingers getting stony. Just feel your body harden and stiffen. The amulet that you currently hold as your spellcasting focus lets out this white swirling light as it kind of touches you, getting these multitudes of colors around your body. Feel, at least in the moment, you're okay. Your movement is going to be halved. But we'll see what happens from there.
Okay.
That'll take us to dusk.
All right, dusk is going to come out around the perimeter of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Camper up here. He's going to purposely avert his gaze where he heard the creature move off to.
Yeah.
And I can't count. Come down here and hide behind this pillar.
Okay. Give me a stealth check as you skitter across the room towards a pillar.
Well, 22.
22. Pretty good. Anything else for your turn, Dusk?
And then as his, well, as my action hiding.
Your action would, I mean, if that's the purpose of actual stealthing. Otherwise, otherwise you're just getting cover.
Nothing else.
All right, that will take us to Casmus. Casmus, first, what are you doing? Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, he's gonna cast darkness up there to
Okay.
give themselves more cover.
We're at like right there.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
So that's an action. And false life is that's an action too.
Yep.
So that'll be it. I don't have any bonus action.
All right. As you release this cloud of darkness that spews in front of the greater basilisk, lets out a roar as you can see at the top of the cliff, skittering away any of those creatures that you had seen previously. The large basilisk creature runs forward. Let's just get for you, just to the edge of the darkness. As it raises its claws, looking like it's about to leap, and it lets out a loud, echoing, bellowing burp towards Fungi. Actually, after it's 60 feet. Yeah, I will need Weller and Rincewind to give me Constitution saves. And Fungi. Well, they're going strong with those con saves. I mean, you get +8 to it. As Weller, you take 19 points of poison damage, as does Fungi because you're resistant. Rincewind, you would take 38 points of poison damage. As this thing bellows out a poisonous, noxious, gross-smelling fumes. Just all over the place. Ending its turn, taking us to Fungi.
I'm going to duck and take cover behind the pillar. As I
Okay.
move away from it, with my movement, I'm going to bring this. Can I go through? Can I have my conjure animal make that path that way?
Absolutely. You should
I
have
couldn't
control
tell
of it.
if
You can put it wherever you want. You should have control of it now.
Uh,
I hope.
as he moves within 10 feet of it.
Yeah.
He needs a dex save.
He will take a dex
16.
save. Rincewind, I'm going to give you inspiration for always remembering this, because that helps me remember. Everyone loses bless. Weller, I need a con save as well.
Wait, what's the saving throw for bless?
The
because of all
DC
damage.
would
Ah,
DC would have been
crap.
19.
Yeah.
I need
So
one.
then
I
I
need
gotta
one
roll.
for. I need one for Fungi too. But I'm gonna give Rincewind inspiration for this, as the DC for Fungi would be 10 and Weller would be 10 because you guys only took 19 points of damage, so half of that. So unfortunately, the bless is gone, but you're good. Animals roll up and do some damage. Roll me that that damage. Say what?
He failed the dex save.
It still takes some damage no matter what, right? Or is it save or suck?
No, I think it's save or suck.
Okay.
It's sure they force you to make a dexterity save.
He rolled 2 nat 1s for a total of 2.
Cool.
That's
Oh,
weird.
there it is. It'll take 14.
14 points of damage as these spectral spore-like wolf creatures lash out. I'm gonna make a note that says token for fungal wolf. Anything else for fungi? That's just movement.
Yeah. Don't want to look at this thing. Don't want to risk getting it.
Especially now with the bless gone. That bless
Yeah.
helped out at least 2 saving throws.
So I don't want to take a chance, and I have to look at it to do blindness again.
Ooh, but it might be worth it. Not trying to bait you. It's
Yeah. It's working.
is blindness concentration?
No.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna take a chance at it.
Okay. I need a
So,
con
I'm
save
gonna
as you look
peek.
up. Yeah.
Oh, take off 3.
Okay, with a 16.
Yeah, let me.
You kind of
take
like
off.
your eyes lock place with this gaze, but you resist the effects. As you
All
try
right, so he needs a 16 con now.
con save. That's the one thing it's pretty good at. Got a 13. It's gonna use its last legendary resistance.
That's
Good news is it doesn't have any more left.
Well, you could throw that at it again later.
Oh, that was my
Just do
last.
it-
Well,
do it
I do
again
have my
next
3rd
time.
level spell save. My spell slot was my last 2nd level. Yeah, I don't see this within range that needs a healing word. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep ducked down in cover.
Okay, ducking down, getting cover. Taking us to Weller in his own darkness. Weller,
Yo!
what's up?
I'm gonna run 30 feet, like to the south,
All right, eyes still
whatever the actual
closed?
direction is. Oh yeah, eyes
Okay.
still closed.
Eyes closed. You're just running out into the darkness. It's this open space in here.
So that's gonna move me. I just had to measure it. I think it's gonna move me to like right here. Would I have like a general sense of where that acid breath just fucking came from that hurt me real bad?
No.
Okay.
I would say no.
In that case, I am going to second wind.
Okay. Get yourself some free movement too while you're at it.
Get me some free movement. That is the idea, as well as get some HP back.
What's your passive perception? Yeah, you have no idea where that came from.
Well, when you say it like that, it makes me.
I had to look at
feel
your passive
bad.
perception is -1, so you get a 9 at passive.
9
Alright.
passive perception.
All right. 10 points of healing.
Nice. Hey, and it only rolled once.
And it only rolled once. Yeah. And then, so what is that? Half my movement that I get for tactical shift?
Correct, Mundo.
And
I would say you can
I-
hear the feet stamping around, though. It's not like it's a stealthy creature
Gotcha.
in this moment. So it's not, you know.
15 feet's not going to get me there. So I'm going to go. Ooh, is that not going to get me? Okay.
Splash in the water.
Yeah, I'm going to like tuck in that little hidey hole, kind of like right there. How deep is that water?
It's a puddle. It's like,
damn
you
it.
know, a few inches.
It's probably also all boiled away.
It's definitely partially evaporated.
Damn. I was going to go like submerge myself.
Anything else for Weller?
That is. So what? I don't have any movement. I just got action. I can't really do anything because I already used my javelin.
Yeah, well, you lost it. You didn't get it. You used it 3
I
days ago.
used it,
You did use it, yes. Got lost
and
in
it
the slime.
hit.
It did.
The only javelin I've ever
Didn't
used.
retreat.
You didn't retrieve it.
Yeah, did not retrieve it. There was
Yep.
nothing to
It's
retrieve.
not a boomerang.
Just the idea of it.
But anything for your action.
Yeah, fairy fire. You said concentration, so I'd have to drop that darkness.
Which isn't a bad
Which
thing.
is-
You're not in it anymore.
Yeah, but it's currently giving Rincewind some cover because he's on the other side of it, and he's had a time of it. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Taking the dodge action.
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me. I always forget those exist.
That will take us to Rincewind. Rincewind, behind the darkness, you kind of see this like silvery, multicolored glow around the bits of your body that are feeling heavy. Your movement is halved, but other than that, currently you are unaffected by something that is trying to affect you.
Okay. I am. Okay. I think I am going to cast then Chromatic Orb.
Are you going to get within sight of it? Because currently
don't have
the
to see
darkness is blocking you. You just have to move around it to the side a little bit.
I don't have to see it.
You don't have to see with Chromatic Orb.
Nope.
I will give it cover then? Or it'd be a disadvantage attack if you're not looking at it.
Okay.
Entirely your call. Or you can just move around the side
Of the
of the
of
darkness.
the darkness.
Yeah. Yeah, if you just
Okay.
move like down. I've got a cone on right now.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'll just put my hands together and push out a big old ball of what do we want to throw at this thing? Let's
What do you
throw
want to throw?
thunder at it.
Alright, throwing a big old ball of thunder at this basilisk.
Okay. Oh, ugh, missed anyway.
An 11. I will remind you, I did give you inspiration.
Oh, sure.
So if you want to
Um,
use it,
Oh, right. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that again then, I guess.
A free reroll.
Sorry.
You get an 11 again.
Is that?
Got a
Oh.
12. Oh. As unfortunately, the orb disappears into the darkness beyond as you hear a loud boom as it slams somewhere into the orb of darkness.
All right. And then I'll be like, that hit, right? Yeah, I'm gonna mosey back over to the other side of this darkness, I guess.
Okay. That'll take us to Dusk. Dusk, looking through your lens still?
Yeah.
Con save at advantage.
Actually, I have to stay there. My movement's halved.
You got a bonus action, you can dash.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Mhm.
You could just duck into the darkness.
That's also true.
Yeah.
Dusk,
Nat 20.
you're good.
Ooh.
First thing, enable feline agility.
Okay. He's speed this round.
Dash
Hey.
up there.
As you dash up to it, it uses its legendary reaction to chomp onto stone as it chomps onto the ground right in front of you as bits of objects shatter around. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
So Dusk ran up to it and got pissed off and bit the ground.
It got pissed off and bit the ground. Like when he approached, like by there, it just kind of bit the ground in front of him.
Oh. 11. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
And typically not roll any better, as is my habit with inspirations.
That's how it goes
15.
a lot. A 15 just passes. As the shards kind of don't pierce your skin or anything, you're good. It's
Take
more
a swing at it.
more the dust you don't inhale, actually.
Gotcha.
Take a swing.
25.
25 will absolutely hit. It's gonna use its second legendary reaction to bite out at Dusk in response. You do damage though, obviously.
Wow, my damage is dead too. So let's do it this way.
Just do enough damage to kill it before it can bite out at you.
Well, oh, 8 points of radiant damage.
It will take 8 points of radiant damage. It got an 18 to hit, or 15 to hit you, sorry.
Okay, well, that will miss. I'm going to apply a stunning strike.
Okay. This big old con save.
It's a DC of 15.
It got an 11.
So it is stunned.
It is stunned as you stab at it with your sunblade and the right point, like under its. I don't know. You tell me, where's the right point for this basilisk?
Right in the joint between its second and third right leg.
Absolutely, right between the joint, the second and third right leg.
Which one? It's got 4 on that side.
As this beam of light arcs into and just kind of sizzles through its scales, lets out a kind of like a shriek, a shriekish roar.
All right. And strike again.
Strike again. A 20
Getting a
will
20.
hit.
For 15 points of radiant.
15 points of radiant as this thing is just kind of like its legs are kind of stiffened as it's trying to, stand. Having a hard time there.
Bonus action, flurry of blows.
See that? Whap whap.
Getting a 23.
23 absolutely hits.
Oh, I keep forgetting and keep trying to do it.
Yeah. Habits. We
Right.
have them.
For 6 points of force
We'll
damage.
take 6 points of force damage.
21.
21 also hits. Kind of pummeling into its side there, or like kind of
And
knocking.
poisoning it won't help. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and apply a hand of harm to that.
Okay.
Might as well burn these points.
Use them if you can, burn them if you got them.
Like I said, just kill it.
Yeah, if you just kill it, then, you know. For 19.
7 points of force and 12 points of necrotic.
Absolutely. As one of its like arms grows black immediately and numb and just kind of goes limp.
And then, boink, behind this pillar.
Okay. You rush around the way. That'll take us to Casmus.
He needs to see me, right, to be able to use the gaze.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna cast invisibility.
Okay. So what are you doing at the start of your turn, though?
His eyes are closed.
Okay.
He's gonna cast
Fair enough.
invisibility on himself,
You are invisible like a ninja.
and he's gonna move 30 feet down. And that'll be it for this turn.
That will take us to
Jim.
the greater
You
basilisk.
You can't run like that, dude. You
Yeah, I
just-
can't.
just went running after you like it was an emergency.
Yep.
Poor guy.
The basilisk is stunned, taking us to Fungi. Fungi, what you up to?
All right, head. Oh well, he is stunned, so he failed his turn.
Yeah,
Or he failed, so he would take.
you got a
Conjure
7
animals
on his
disadvantage.
dex at disadvantage. He'll definitely take the conjure animals.
He'll take 18 points
18.
of slashing.
Jesus.
And I'm going to head down, get up to him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's stunned, but my head's down. So do I have disadvantage or advantage?
You'll have a straight roll.
All right. Lele whack.
15 just misses.
Aw.
As you whack
Uh,
onto it, you just hit some of the hardened scales, not doing enough damage.
All right, and then we'll go with the other side of my staff as I swing around. Oh, for Christ's sakes.
14 unfortunately misses as well. As I
well,
feel like it still hits it, but it's not in the spots that would hurt it. You get one of its claws or something that would be superficial damage. Knock a few old scales off.
And then I'm just gonna roll back right to the same spot that I started from.
All right. That'll take us to Weller.
The shadow would go away when Casmus does
Gotcha.
invisibility. They're both concentration.
Oh shit. Well, that changes everything.
Weller, how are you starting your turn, and what are you doing with your turn?
Okay, so question. This glowy box. Are animals?
Those are the animals.
Okay. Do I hear them attack this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they make like any noises, fungi?
I would think so. I mean, they're conjured.
I'm attacking! Call!
Yeah.
They're like
We'll go for
like fungal wolf things, so you might
Yeah.
hear some like raspy howling.
All right. I'm going to take a moment to glance and see where this thing is in relation to where I'm at, and
I need a Constitution save.
it's looking at me.
It still has eyes. You know, that's a good
It
question.
just got attacked by animals that are in front of it.
I'll give you advantage on the save. How about that?
Okay.
Because it's stunned.
I can't roll 20 great Constitution saves. Oh,
That is
thank
true,
God.
but you did.
Thank God.
Didn't even need the advantage.
I'll take it. I will always take it.
Actually,
All right.
I take that.
Yep.
It's incapacitated, so you don't need to.
You made me waste a
I
good
did.
Constitution save.
You rolled an
Okay.
11 and a 15. But yeah, I got you.
So let's do this. I'm gonna move up to it. I think, yeah, because that one, I'm like on top of it, so that one.
Moving
Oh,
up,
man.
moving on up.
Moving on up. I'm still like averting my eyes at this point. I just
Yeah.
wanted to glance and see where it was at.
You glance up and you can see that it's blinking its own eyes, trying to right itself.
Okay.
So in this moment, you can look at it.
Okay. So in this moment, then I'll just do. So it's gonna be a straight roll. I'll just do a maul attack on it.
Do a maul attack on it. Straight roll.
Do an old maul attack.
Actually, it'll be at advantage because it's stunned. I'm an idiot.
At advantage because it is stunned and
Set it up well or knock it down.
it is going to be a menacing attack, but let's swing out at it first.
Did fungi roll with advantage?
I rolled straight because my eyes were still down.
Your eyes were still. I gotcha. A 20. Well, I was about to say 23. A 9.
Yeah, 23. We'll take it.
Well, I mean, 19 will definitely hit it.
All right, so this is going to be a menacing. So superiority.
+3 to my roll. Got a 16 on his con save. For the topple. For 25 points of bludgeoning damage. Got a 17 on the frighten. What is your topple DC? Should be
Great question.
11 plus your strength modifier.
Strength modifier is +4.
Okay, so it'll be a 15. It just succeeded. But it does take 25 points of damage and is not frightened, unfortunately.
That's all right. Let me turn off superiority and let's go ahead and do another maul attack.
Okay. 18 will also hit. For 18 more points of damage. As it got a 15, just barely succeeded on the toppling, but this creature is very badly injured. As you're just kind of breaking into its legs there.
Action surge. Let's run it
Okay.
back.
Yeah. 19 will hit it. $18 more points of damage. Let's see if it's toppled. Ooh, getting a 9 to hit. Or 9, as it is toppled over. And
So
takes
now I
18.
get double advantage.
There's no such thing. But it gets 18. It takes 18 points of damage.
All right, we'll do one more.
27
Oh.
for sure
Oh.
hits. So close to that 20.
So close.
$17 more points of damage. You're just pummeling into this thing's side as it's just kind of like belching out noxious fumes as well as blood.
That's where was I? I was at full, right? So that was 25. Bonus action, second wind.
Okay.
And I think I've got 5 movement left plus my half, so 20 total. Where's second wind on my sheet? Scroll down, there it is.
11 healing and some free
11.
movement.
And some free movement. 15 plus 20, right? Or 15 plus 15 plus the 5 I had left over. So
Yeah, so you got
where
20.
did I got 20. So I'll just kind of the same thing. I'll just kind of run back and try to tuck in
Okay.
that little area.
All right.
And then close my eyes.
As you close your eyes, readying for it to right itself up, that will take us to Rincewind.
So Rincewind is again going to come out from behind
Okay.
the darkness, and then he's going to cast Moonbeam.
Right on it. As you cast
Right on.
Moonbeam, as you can see, it's wriggling. We'll take a big old Moonbeam right on it.
And then as a bonus action, I'll kind of back my way around the...
Is it a con save?
It... bu- 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 bu-
Yeah, con save.
Con.
Yes.
Con save.
Takes a little bit of moonlight damage as the multicolored light trickles through the ceiling in here.
Then I'll limp my way back over to my little hidey hole and end my turn.
And will take us to dusk.
All right. Hold on. Let me do some measuring because fair is fair. Right there, 10. Yeah, I can make it.
Can ya?
I can.
Gotta ask yourself the question. Do you feel lucky,
Lucky.
punk?
Like, what direction is it toppled over in?
The direction you see. Its belly is exposed towards you, kind of.
Okay, well, run up to it.
Its face is in the moonlight.
Ow.
Yep. You rush up
Um,
to this monstrous
it-
creature.
Toppled over.
Yeah. And stunned.
But it's showing you its belly,
It's
so it
no
might be
longer
friendly.
stunned.
Yeah, you just want to belly rub.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just wants a belly rub. Give it a belly rub.
It is no longer stunned.
At the end? Oh, is it the start of your turn?
Start of the turn.
So I would need a Constitution save at advantage.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Run up and whack it.
Run up and whacking it with your sword of sunlight. As it's being burned by moonlight and scratched by numerous animals. A 19 will definitely hit it.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah. It's an easy one
Oh.
to forget.
Take off the 12 points because I did not do Hand of Harm.
10 points of radiant
10 points.
damage.
And we're going to throw it another stunning strike.
Another stunner. Got a 25.
Okay.
It is not stunned. It is ready to kind of like roll up and scratch at you. You see its mouth biting around. In fact, after you hit it, it is going to try to bite out at you in response, using its reactive quick jaw. Getting an 11.
Just kind of dance around it and then hit it, whack it again.
Dancing around, hitting again.
Getting an 18.
18 hits.
It sounds like it should be an infomercial tool. Reactive quick jaw.
13 points of radiant damage.
Will take 13 points of radiant damage. It's still barely wriggling, bleeding all over the place.
Alright, I gotta try. Bonus action, flurry of blows. Kick at it.
As you just kick at it.
Kick.
Give me a kitty kick.
Oh, 13.
That's going to be a miss.
24.
24 hits.
We're going to throw a hand of harm on that.
Okay.
Takes 11 force and 7 necrotic.
As you want to go ahead and describe to us what it looks like as you end this basilisk's life.
So, dust kicks into his stomach, and as he does so, there's almost like a rebounding shake in its belly, and then its belly turns, just slowly fades to black, and just begins to rot from the inside.
This starts to rapidly starts to rapidly rot from the inside out. You can feel this battle is won. But as it does,
And back up.
Rincewind, you would feel that flicker in your amulet. As the light is starting to fade that is touching you. As you can feel yourself rapidly hardening.
I'll kind of look up and look at my fingers, and then just kind of harden.
Does Rincewind have any current last words?
I'll drop my short sword while I'm kind of looking at my hands, and then I'll be like, "Guy." The end.
As you guys would look over, you can see Rincewind's just kind of starting to look at his hands, looking up at you. As he's a statue.
This shit. Casmus, are you still invisible, Casmus?
No, he would just break the concentration. Just as the
and
basilisk
likewise,
goes
conjuring
away.
levels all the concentration slip on that too.
And you would see the moonlight
Since
fade
turning-
as well.
These things made him stone. Is you knew about these things? Any way to fix that? Can we not make him stone? You know, I'm even going to
He's
just in
gone.
case. I'm going to smack him for guidance.
Gaspus would just put a hand on, kneel down, put a hand on Guy's shoulder. On Guy, he's gone. I don't think any of us. I don't know any ways to bring him back, and I don't think any of us have enough powerful magic enough to bring him back.
Nobody else knows. I'm gonna say we already established I didn't know basilisks.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the gnomes do. And Turvial, well, yeah, maybe someone back home does. He can't be gone. He'll be
We're
all
not
right.
leaving him here anyway.
Yeah,
He's going back with us.
yeah, of course.
It's a few
Days.
a few hundred pounds. You sure you will be able to carry him around?
We can send the rock workers here. They're gonna come here anyways, right?
Perhaps what I said sounded like a question. It was not.
Yeah, you're right.
How many days did it take us to get here again? Take us 2 days,
like
1 day?
two-ish.
days. I mean, if you want to carry him, Weller, go ahead.
It would take
Dust
at
can
least
help carry him.
yeah,
too.
at least 2, if not 3 people to carry a life-size statue of Rincewind.
I could try. Watching over him. You guys want to go back and let me know if you can find any way to take care of him.
Well, we're not done here.
No, we have to.
There's still more to do, but we're not leaving him here when we do leave. Whether I've got to carry him back, drag him back. Fun guy, you can turn into an animal. We put him on your back. I don't care.
Gosh. But I could go. It's only going to give me about 2 hours at a time if I do that. I don't need to keep taking breaks, but I might be able to carry him as a large lizard.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
let's do this summoning thing.
with
Try to figure it out.
you guys did find Entomoc's Boon
Yeah, I don't think we needed to summon anything.
and defeated the creatures that were living within it. But at a heavy cost of one of your allies being turned to solid stone. That is where we will end tonight. As this will be, hopefully just for now, the
Hopefully, just for now.
final session
Hopefully
with
just for
Rincewind for now.
Yeah. I
Okay.
want to thank you guys for letting me play with you. It's been my favorite Thursdays of my entire life, and I hope that someday again soon we meet again in a dark tavern and do it all over.
Hopefully topside.
Yeah.
Hopefully topside, yeah.
Maybe Avernus.
Maybe
never
Avernus,
know.
You never know.
All right, but
Right.
thank you all so very, very much. It has been a great pleasure and a great honor to play with all of you.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Right back
Thank you,
at you.
Chad.
All right, I gotta go, guys. Good night.
Good
Night, man.
I'll be in touch and I'll try to drop in and listen from time to time.
You
Absolutely.
better.
All
Night,
right.
buddy.
Good night. We'll see you
Good night.
all around. Good
See
luck.
ya.
And on that note, good night, Internet. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time.
9 interwebs.
Night, webs.
Hey.